Hey folks, Cliff Rice here again with another High Performance Archery Tech tip. Again, we're going to try to bring these to you on the Roll Hot Outdoors website, and I'm here with Rich, and he's doing the filming today, and we're going to talk a little bit about bowstring maintenance. Bowstrings are getting more and more expensive. The materials that they're made out of are becoming more and more high-tech, and therefore they need a little more maintenance. The better you take care of your equipment, the better it's going to take care of you. And for bows, there's not much more important feature on a bow to maintain than the strings. So what we're going to do today is just kind of go over a couple of tips to properly wax and clean bowstrings. We're going to go ahead and, we've got the bow in the press. Kind of wanted to go over that a little bit. That's the appropriate way to do it. I know everybody's sort of been guilty of pulling their bow and having somebody put wax on the ends of their bows where they wrap over the cables, and you've got a bow that's pulled, drawn, and somebody's holding it, and you're doing that. That's just not a real safe thing to do. So make sure you get your bow into a bow press, and make sure that you're safe when you're doing it. That way we can avoid any accidents and having anybody get injured while they're doing it. So, as you can see, we've got this bow. It is a bow that's been shot a little bit here. It's starting to show a little wear. If you can keep your bowstring waxed and out of the sunlight, it actually will wear much longer. UV light tends to be hard on bowstring and bowstring materials, as does obviously extremes in temperature. That's sort of hard on bowstring materials as well. But the biggest thing is just the wear. As you shoot bowstrings, they tend to start to wear, and you can start to see that wear in just areas where it starts to fuzz up, it starts to break down. If you have any concerns with your bowstring, take it in, get it checked out, and if there's any safety issues whatsoever, make sure you get it changed. Bowstring failure, if you've never had it happen to you, it's a pretty bad thing, so we don't want that to happen. So we'll get started here with just a standard commercial wax. There's huge numbers of products out there that you can use. There's a ton of new synthetics out there that I'm sure are a really good product. If you want to check those out. We tend to just stay with the old tried and true wax. It works really well. It doesn't cost a lot, and therefore you can do your maintenance as often as you want to and not spend a lot of money. So what we do is we try to just get started with the bow on the surfaces that we can get to. As you can see, that's pretty easily done here on this. So we'll apply a liberal amount of wax on these exposed surfaces, and you can see as it starts to go on that we're coating those, and we're going to coat what we can see with the wax. And this material, as it is, you can see it's sort of on the outside or just attached to the bowstring at this point. What we want to do is be able to get that material also into the bowstring fibers themselves, because the bowstrings are made up of fibers. And as we've got it now, we've just got the wax on the outside. What we want to do is get that wax distributed not only on the outside but on the inside of the string and seal and protect the string itself. So what we would do is just take, I've just got a piece of leather here, and it's called burnishing. So we want to take the wax and then just rub it in. And what that's going to do is actually going to heat that wax up. You just apply pressure to it, heat and pressure, and it's going to condition the string. It's going to put that wax inside those fibers, or on the fibers themselves. And you can see by doing that, it will spread it, it will heat it up, and it will make that string material a lot better protected. This is a step that a lot of people skip, because I see it come into the shop. I see them come into the shop all the time, and they have waxed their string, which is great, but they haven't rubbed that string or gotten that wax into the string. So you can see there's quite a difference in the look of the string once you get that wax evenly distributed, and also where it's going to better protect and function on the string. So that is a little tech tip on how to wax a bowstring.